Hey there, I'm Jennifer Roberts. I'm the owner of Back Porch Communications. I'm so excited to be here to talk to you today in our second video in a series of 4 talking about customer service this month in October. So today we are going to be talking about customer service standards. And there's a lot to talk about on this topic. So let's get started. So I want to talk first about what the heck are customer service standards? Well, customer service standards are a set of guidelines in business that dictate how the team should provide customer service to every customer every time. Customer service standards I've encountered on my journey through my career have usually boiled down to a few simple words or phrases that are easy for any team member to remember and to execute. And the key here, every team member. And we'll talk about that a little bit more coming up in the next few minutes. First, I'd like to take a look at a couple of customer service standards examples from some really big customer service giants. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about Walt Disney World theme parks, and this goes for Disneyland parks as well. They have a set of customer service standards. There are 4 main topics in their customer service standards, and they have bullets underneath each one, and I wanted to go through all of them with you. Here's how it breaks down. The main components are safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. So under the safety category, the bullets go like this. I practice safe behaviors in everything I do. I take action and always put safety first. I speak up to ensure the safety of others. Courtesy, it's the second pillar. I project a positive image and energy. I'm courteous and respectful of guests of all ages. And I go above and beyond to exceed guest expectations. The third pillar is show. And show applies to everyone in the organization in the theme park universe. Here's how. The bullets say, I stay in character and perform my role in the show. And something needs to be added here, just to let you know, all of the cast members are part of the show. No matter if they're a performer or they're the janitor, it does not matter. They all have a role in the show. The second bullet under show is I ensure that my area is show ready at all times. Pillar number 4 is efficiency. I perform my role efficiently so guests get the most out of their visit. And the second bullet, I use my time and resources wisely. So, those are the core of Disney's customer service standards. Sounds pretty basic, right? Well, Disney, of course, is a customer service giant, and they invest heavily in teaching, training, and holding their cast members accountable to those standards. But it's very simple. 4 words, 10 bullets. That's the customer service standards. All right, I'd like to take a couple of minutes and look at a few more. Now, I spent a good portion of my career working in healthcare communications, and I worked at Advent Health. Well, back in 2018, they redid their brand, and part of that brand change was to make sure that their hospitals, physician practices, and their urgent care centers all were recognizable under the Advent Health brand. Part of that transformation was an entirely new set of customer service standards that would be used across the country in all of those healthcare facilities. So here are Advent Health's 4 main customer service standards. Keep in mind, this is in the healthcare space. The first one, keep me safe. It means that we prioritize patient safety, including protecting patient confidentiality. Very, very important in the healthcare arena. The second one is love me. We treat others with uncommon compassion, fairness, and respect. The third piece, make it easy. We look for opportunities to assist others and collaborate to find solutions. And number 4 is own it. We are positive and aim to exceed expectations and follow through on commitments. So, as you can imagine, in the healthcare space, many times people are coming in scared, afraid, unsure of where to go and what to do in unfamiliar surroundings. And having people that are there to love them and make it easy for them can be hugely important in calming those types of fears. Okay, and the third company that I want to share with you today is about ChickfilA. Now, ChickfilA does have a set of customer service standards that they call the Core 4. Okay, they have a variety of different layers of standards, but we're going to talk about the Core 4 and a little bit more in just a second. The Core 4 are non-negotiable items that every team member must execute with every customer every time. They are: create eye contact, share a smile, make a personal connection, and speak with enthusiasm. Those are the basics. Now, after the Core 4, ChickfilA has another layer that they call second mile service. This actually has a biblical connection, which is not surprising considering it is coming from Chick-fil-A. Now, the connection is from the verse Matthew 5:41. If anyone goes 1 mile, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. Okay? And the way Chick-fil-A interprets that for its team members, that second mile is the opportunity for their employees to go above and beyond the Core 4 basics. That way they look for opportunities to surprise and delight their customers. Now, developing customer service standards is a really important first step to creating a culture of customer service. And as you know, that's what the big customer service giants that are known, those brands are known for customer service. They have created that culture within their organizations, and customer service standards are a very important part of that. So, how do you create a set of customer service standards? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I do have a few tips for you if you are looking to consider creating a set of customer service standards for your organization or your nonprofit, or you're just looking to clean up a little bit of what might already be in place. Okay, here's my first tip. Dream about the customer service experience that you want. Jot down a few ideas about what the experience should be like for every one of your customers every single time they interact with your business or your nonprofit. What emotions do you want your customers to feel? Consider some great customer service experiences that you may have had. How did those make you feel? What did people do to make you feel so special? Think about how much time your team spends with each customer. Think about ways they can engage with that customer, provide an amazing customer experience while also making sure that the job gets done. Because we do have to provide the service or the product that the customer wants. That's job one. Then we layer on customer service on top of that. Okay, tip number 2, research the best. Just like I've already talked about 3 organizations that do a great job at customer service, think about others that you might be able to emulate. Literally, as we went through those customer service standards from those 3 companies, you can tell it's not rocket science. Smile, make eye contact, look for ways to go above and beyond, treat people with respect or treat them like family. These are all themes that we saw throughout all of those customer service standards from very different organizations. So it's important to go learn from other companies that do this well. Now, I'm not suggesting that you copy someone else's customer service standards 100%. Absolutely not. I fully believe that customer service standards have to be unique for your company, your industry, your organization, or nonprofit. They need to be customized for what you do, or else they're not really going to resonate with your customers. So, just to give you a quick experience, when I worked with a client on creating some customer service standards, they looked at other companies that had similar processes. Now, this client of mine was not a fast food chain, but they did have pretty quick transactions with hundreds of customers every single day that came through their facility. So when they looked at other companies, Chick-fil-A was one that kind of rose to the top because, again, they help lots of customers in fairly quick transactions every single day. So there was some synergy there that could be applied to my client from what Chick-fil-A had already done, and that helped them to create their own set of customer service standards. Tip number 3, define what you are up against. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, well, if I was Disney World, if I was the Ritz-Carlton, I could have great customer service because people are so darn excited when they show up at my door. And there is some truth to that. It's not to be overlooked that they're coming in and going on vacation, or they're coming in to rest and relax and rejuvenate. People are in a lot better mood and are open to having great experiences when they're in that kind of environment. But customer service standards are equally important for other types of organizations. It just may be a little bit more challenging, and you have to put that into perspective. Think about insurance companies. How about government organizations? What about physician practices? These are all areas that need customer service support, but people may very likely not be in a great mood when they get there. In an insurance situation, they may need to file a claim. They could have had an accident. That can often be a very upsetting situation. They might be coming into an office just to pay a bill. That's not super fun. Or they could be feeling ill and just overall having a crummy day when they show up at a doctor's office. So as you think about your customer service standards, be sure and have that in the back of your mind. How are your customers showing up when they get to you? Are they already having a bad day? Well, that probably means that you need to consider that when you're creating those customer service standards. All right, here's my 4th tip for creating customer service standards for your organization or your nonprofit. Keep it simple. Everyone at every level of your organization is going to need to be able to understand, remember, and execute these customer service standards. So don't make it wordy. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it difficult to implement, because everyone is going to have to do it. You've got to keep it simple in order for your team to be able to get results. Here's one more word I want to offer about simplicity. I know some of you might be thinking, do I really have to teach people to smile at my customers? Do I have to teach them to make eye contact? It sounds so basic, and you're right. It is basic, but if you want it to happen, every customer, every time, at every location, then you've got to teach to it. It has to be part of a standard, training, and accountability for the team members. Unfortunately, it will not happen by accident. And that's something the customer service giants, their brand is so aligned with customer service, they understand that well. And so they create a culture to hold their teams accountable to providing great customer service. So if you take nothing else away from today's information that I have given to you about customer service standards, I hope you remember this. Customer service standards have to be simple, and you do have to train for the basics. But customer service standards are for everyone on your team. No matter how much you pay an employee, how high up in the organization that they are, if you think your highly paid staff will execute these items on their own without the same training that you're giving to the front line, I hate to disappoint you, but you are probably going to end up disappointed. And my experience in healthcare, and you might experience this in your own life, physicians even sometimes have a problem with giving great customer service. In healthcare, it's sometimes called a poor bedside manner. And really, all that means is poor customer service. So it's super important that anyone in your organization at every level be trained and held accountable to those customer service standards. Every team member, every customer, every single time. That is how you're going to create culture. Now, you can certainly go out on the internet and Google all different kinds of customer service standards from a variety of different companies. The ones that are really well known for customer service, you'll find those easier than others for sure, because other people are looking to see what they're doing as well. But I wanted to share with you that not only have I done the research about some of these customer service standards for these big companies, I actually went through some of their customer service training. So I worked at Walt Disney World when I was in high school and throughout my college career and a little bit beyond. I also worked at Advent Health, as I mentioned, and I also had an opportunity to do some teaching of customer service standards at Advent Health as well. Also, when I worked with that client that I mentioned to you, I got a chance to learn a little bit more and go through part of the training process that Chick-fil-A gives to their team members as well. So customer service standards are very important, but they are the first step. The training and the accountability come next. So I hope you have enjoyed this piece on customer service, and don't you worry, we've got lots more coming up for the rest of this month. In video 3 that's coming to you next Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how to train your team on customer service standards. So if you create the customer service standards, how do you train the team? What are the things that you need to do to make sure that they get it? Okay? Super important. So we're going to cover that. The following week, in the 4th segment in this series, we're going to be talking about how to hold the team accountable to delivering those customer service standards each and every day to every customer, every time they are working. So we've got lots coming up on this topic. I hope you will join me for those. I hope this one has brought you some great value this time around talking about customer service standards. All right, just a quick recap for you. I want to give you the 4 tips that I gave to you during this lesson about customer service standards and how you can create them for your team. First, dream about the customer experience that you want for your customers. Super important. Jot those thoughts down. Research the best customer service companies that you can. Hopefully something that aligns and is a little similar to your industry. Define what you are up against. If your customers are coming in and they're already frustrated and upset, you've got a lot of work to do to give them a great experience. And number 4, keep it simple. Everyone on the team has to be able to understand, remember, and execute these customer service standards, and I mean everyone on the team. All right, I hope you found the content helpful today. I'm Jennifer Roberts. I am the owner of Back Porch Communications, and as always, I'm here to help. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.